thanks for tuning in. I am Alexandra Greenawalt, and welcome to Vetted by Stylist Live, where we go behind the scenes with the fabulous designers from my book, Vetted by a Stylist, now available on Amazon. I am here with fantastic accessory designer Elizabeth Gillett in her Garment District showroom. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Alexandra. Thanks for coming today. So behind you, everyone that's on watching, you can see our showroom, and the collections sold at Calypso, Garnet Hill, Anthropology, and lots of specialty stores. And we're going to take you on a little tour behind the scenes so that you have a better idea of what goes into making a beautiful scarf.
So, I don't know if you remember how we met exactly, do you?
Yes,
Yeah.
but let's tell everyone about that. It's like so
momentous occasion. So it's around 2004, and I am walking one of the biggest trade shows that happens in New York by E&K. And I'm like walking down the aisles, I'm like, that one's boring, that one's okay, and I'm really not seeing anything exciting. And then all of a sudden I turn a corner, and there is Elizabeth Gillett's booth, and she has all these like gorgeous knits and these gorgeous prints and fabrics, and I just was like, yes, in my gut I was like, I know I have to meet this designer. But unfortunately the booth was like so popular that I had to loop like 3 times before we could talk. So we've been good friends ever since. We've collaborated, we've worked together, and I was just so excited that I had this opportunity to write my second book and to feature people like Elizabeth, because I feel like she has been around a long time, and I've seen her business morph and transform from, because when I first started, when we first met, she was selling to Bergdorf's and Barney's and really high end, and now you sell to more affordable
right? Retailers and lots of specialty stores, so we're more accessible.
Yeah, yeah. So it's, again, she's featured in my book, Vetted by a Stylist, and you can find her at ElizabethGillett.com. But I'd love to maybe talk a little bit about how does a scarf get made? You know, like from the idea to the actual arriving in boxes.
Okay, so the amount of time that a scarf takes to go from its inception, say in the sketch stage, to being completed so that it's in the showroom stage or in the retail stage like this, is about 12 months. Right now we're working on Spring Summer 17, and the first step is to come up with color direction, trend stories, mood boards, and then design prints that go onto each scarf. Each of our pieces features original artwork, and it's not repeated, so each year there's a new collection of prints. And then the
That's
sample.
really exciting.
It's exciting that there's
not
original.
just like you're like just doing the same check or the same heart pattern. I mean, to me, it's like artwork.
It is like artwork, and the print direction changes with the fashion direction, the proportion, the details, the color palette. That's all created with the next season in mind and with our end consumer in mind. An example would be this loop is a different proportion than loops of 2 years ago. It's smaller.
Oh, okay.
So it's less bulky, and then we put the trim only on one side.
This is the sketch, right?
This is part of the elements that end up in the final product, and all of those things weigh into the scarf process, like designing, making those decisions along the way, so that you end up.
Do you take direction from Pantone?
We do.
Oh,
we did a group for Spring Summer based on, well, actually for High Summer, it's just shipping in June, and it's based on the Pantone colors of the year: Serenity Pink, Serenity Blue and Quartz Pink, which are very pale colors. And you'll see that in stores beginning in June. So yes, Pantone is very important. Our original palette that we'll create for a season, for an upcoming season, is a palette culled from Pantone in a color on a sheet. Maybe at one of our future talks we can show more of the mood boards and the color directions.
Yeah. So about how many, take us through, how many designs do you have to make to come up with the winners and actually make it in the stores?
So there's it's about 2 to 1. Our collection is 50 SKUs, 50 styles, 100 SKUs per delivery, and we'll create 200 patterns to create enough to have the adequate number for our collection.
Yeah.
Some of those pieces will end up being exclusives for a retailer.
So they can't find it anywhere else?
No, once a big retailer will pick up a style, we don't want a smaller store competing with a big store. And we also don't want Anthropologie to have something that other people have.
Right, like the Garment Hill has.
Yeah.
So where do you find your inspiration for all of these one-of-a-kind work of arts?
So I'm based in New York, but I have a background loving flora and fauna. So nature meets New York is sort of the lens from which the collection's created. And much of the inspiration comes from museums, shows, our archive, vintage textiles. It can even be something I see on the street. It's the culmination of all the information, even feedback from stores. All of that comes together like a recipe, and that becomes the next collection. So it's very interesting how all of that feeds into crafting. And I've been doing it so long that we begin to trust the instincts.
So you listen to your gut.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing. It doesn't always work, but most of the time, the pieces that you really believe in end up doing really well.
And what has been your biggest challenge being in business? Because you've been in business a long time.
Yeah,
You're a turtle like me.
A turtle. So I have many of the things that are necessary to make it successful. Having the right customers, having a good production capability, having an amazing team of people that I work with. And the trickiest part is really the balance between the creativity of the item and the commercially viable, and it's being commercially viable.
So if you could create something that you love, but if people don't want to buy it, it's like...
Yes. It can't just be for you yourself. It has to be...
Do you get emotionally attached to certain designs?
You can get emotionally attached, and you can also design things that are too experimental, or they don't have the right voice.
Or they're ahead of their time or behind the time.
Yeah, that can happen.
A lot of times it's timing, what people are feeling at the moment. So my last question is a little bit of a bonus question. Because my book is all about divulging my secrets, I thought maybe you could share with the audience one of your secrets that maybe we don't know about.
Okay, something that's not evident.
Yeah.
Well, I work in a sea of color with print and pattern all over, but my home is white and gray. It's completely
I've heard that.
Yeah. It's very simple, mainly to just clean out everything so that I've got a fresh eye the next day. And my wardrobe is basic, so I'll wear solid black, solid ivory, or white as a way to have a canvas from which I can style things when I'm trying them out, and also just to keep my thoughts really here and not too much decision making about what I wear. And
so you're able to wear a scarf every day.
Yeah, exactly. That's important. Wear a scarf every day. You need a scarf.
Yeah, I do.
I was like, what happened? You don't have a scarf on.
I had one on earlier.
You had one on earlier. I'm going to find one for you. So, any other questions?
Yeah, do we have any live questions from our Facebook Live audience?
Yes, we have a question.
Yay!
This is from TFM, initials only. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Alexandra.
Hi!
What are
Hi.
your favorite trends for this summer?
Oh, favorite trends.
Ooh,
That's such a
favorite
good
summer.
question.
Oh, that's a great question.
So one of my favorite trends is the kimono. And what I love about this is a kimono.
I love the detail.
The tassels.
The tassels.
So this can be the layer, like today it's a little cool out, this can be perfect. And one of my coworkers likes to style them a little bit off the shoulder, because that's a real trend.
Yeah.
And then you can also wear this with shorts over swim. It's a huge trend. The other trend, I don't know if any of you out there have heard anything about skinny scarves, but have you?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
having a moment.
Yeah, it is having a moment. It's a skinny scarf.
So our skinny scarf has fringe, which is another trend, and ombre. And
love ombre. Oh my god.
so this one, super pretty. It has this piano fringe. Touch that.
Beautiful. I had a scarf like this way back when.
Way back when.
Way back when it was black, so I got rid of it because it wasn't colorful enough. Oh,
So
that's cool. So it's almost like a necklace. It's a hybrid.
Yes.
It's a
It's
hybrid
almost like a
piece.
necklace. And that, I'd say, you should have a skinny scarf and a kimono in your wardrobe.
All right.
And hopefully it's from Elizabeth Gillett.
Thank you. That was a great
Thank
question.
you.
So, Elizabeth, where can people find you?
So the collection is sold in specialty stores such as Olive and Betts, Gus Mayer, Tootsie's, and bigger stores, Calypso, Garnet Hill, Peruvian Connection, Anthropology, and
On your website.
on our website. We just
Yay!
launched e-commerce in April, and our website is ElizabethGillett.com. And I wanted to say to everyone out there that you should definitely be following us on Instagram.
Yep.
My
We're both on Instagram now.
We're both on Instagram, Alexandra Greenawalt
Yep.
for her Instagram handle, and mine is Elizabeth Gillett. And every day I post one picture of a fan or a model or an ordinary person like us wearing pieces from the collection, and it helps you to understand how the power of transformation that it can occur when you put on a scarf, how it illuminates your face and how it just makes you look so much more beautiful.
It's true. It's true. Well, that's all the time we have, but thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. And if you want more of my style resources, you can check out my second book, Vetted by a Stylist, at vettedbyastylist.com. It has over 250 of my top favorite designers, services, resources, mainly all based in New York. So check it out, and we'll see you later. Thanks again for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.